Good morning. Today, let us take up the Unit 3 Joint Stock Companies and Payment of Dividends. Joint stock, as the name itself, joint means together. So, it is what is meant by joint stock company. A joint stock company is a registered institution. So our MES society is also a registered institutions under the some cooperative acts. It has some acts are there. You can't do the company or institution as you like. There are some restrictions and some rules are there. They have to follow. Then only it is possible to register under the cooperative act. So similarly, the joint stock company is a registered institution and it is run by the body known as board of directors. We have also board of directors for the MES society. There are about 60 members are there, I think, board of directors. In order to run a business, a few persons may form a joint stock company and contribute jointly. It may be towards the capital required for the doing business. So whenever you would like to do a business or start the big industry, it is very difficult to share or invest individually. Then, so the under Company Act, you can register by some name and you can start any manufacturer of mixer grinder like that, any company or any chemicals limited. So for such company, it is an association of the large number of formed for the what is the purpose? Purpose is carrying on a certain business so that the profits of which are shared by them. Also, it is registered or incorporated under the Company Act. And capital of the company is so it needs some capital, some investment. So these total capital which is contributed by the persons who are the members of the board of directors, they invest these companies, the capital of this company is contributed by these persons in a small units of equal amounts is called shares. That is called share. So each share may be any value, maybe 10 rupees or maybe 100 rupees, whatever. Or share, the face value is different and market value is different. A share value of a rupees 10, it may be in the market on 1000 rupees. That is different. But the original share value is the face value is the share. So the persons contributing such capital, they are called the members or the shareholders. So who to run the company, the board of directors, and they will contribute the amounts, or they contribute the amounts or the shares. They are called share members or shareholders. The shares are generally it may be transferred, although in the case of private companies, and the rights to transfer the shares are restricted. Now, company is a artificial person created by law. It has a law. So, as I said, you can't behave as you like. Under the act, some rules and regulations are there. So, you have to follow there. And what are the rights of the shareholders? Say, the liabilities of the shareholders of a company is limited to the nominal value of shareholders by them, and they are they have the full liberty to carry on any trade or any business, even if it is companies with that of company. The shareholders, however, have a limited voice in the management of their company's business which is entrusted the board of directors elected by them in the annual general meeting. So, if you have any idea, or you can't implement immediately. First step is you should be the the members of the board of directors, and it should be passed. It should be agreed by all the members of the board of directors. So it is in the general meeting. So in the annual general meeting. So such rights is there. Then share capital. The persons to develop the idea of forming the company are called the promoters or pioneers. They prepare two documents, namely Memorandum of Association and Articles of Association. The Memorandum of Association lays down the constitutions of the company. So, it sets out the name and address of the company, its objects of these activities, the maximum share capital which the company has a right to raise by the issue of shares, and the fact that the liability of the members is limited to the face value of shares purchased by them. In the sense, whatever you have money, you can't invest. There is some restrictions. So, the total capital of the company is divided into a number of small units. Suppose, so you have the company demands say 1 lakh rupees. So, share may be 1000 into of face value 100, or a face value of rupees 1000 into 100 shares. Anyway, it can be do that. That is shares. A part of money contributed by these persons is the shares also publics. Then kinds of shares. So, share is a total capital of the company is divided into a number of small units equal value called share. Shares means the small amount contribution. Now, it may be the kinds of shares, the preferred shares and equity shares. Preferred shares means the holders of these shares enjoy a preferential right. They have a right to assess. They have assessed the payment of capital in the event of winding up, or in the payment of capital, or in the event of winding up also. They have rights. They have rights to get the money back. The rate of profit and dividend is fixed, but it is paid before the profit is distributed on the equity shares. Now, preference shares may be of the following types: cumulative shares, non-cumulative shares, preference shares, and participating preference shares, and redeemable preference shares. Redeemable shares. Now, equity shares. What is equity shares? These shares were actually formally called, earlier it was called ordinary shares. In respect of dividend and repayment of capital, in the event of winding up, the holders of these shares are paid after the claims of preference shareholders they are satisfied. Again, this there is a subdivision of different types of this capital. One is nominal or registered capital. Nominal means it is the maximum amount of share capital which, according to the memorandum of association, the company can raise. So, whatever is desired for the company to run the business, to run the company or to run the business, whatever money or whatever amount decided by these members of the directors, that is only that much can be raised. So, that is the registered capital or nominal capital. For the other capitals, they are not responsible. Next is subscribed capital. subscribed capital is, it is the nominal value of the total number of shares. Nominal value of the total number of shares. Say suppose there are 1000 shares into the nominal value is 100, that becomes the 1 lakh rupees. That is the nominal shares of subscribed by the or taken up by the public. Even also the shares can be purchased by the public also. Now next is called up capital. Called up capital is, it is the product, so total money of the number of shares subscribed and the amount per share, that is called up share by the company. Next is issued capital. It is the nominal value of the total number of shares issued or offered to the public for the subscription. So that is issued capital. So some portion may be given to the or may be collected from the public shares. Whenever these board of members are unable to accumulate the demand or the desired amount of money, then they collect the money from the public, that is the issued capital, that is issued capital. Next is paid up capital. It is the part of the called up capital which actually paid up by the all the shareholders and the shares subscribed by them. Next is calls in arrears. So it is the amount of calls made by the company. So for calls, all the calls by the company, but not paid by the shareholders. It is not personal. For anyone, whatever they call, this is belongs to the calls made by the company itself. It is expenditure of company, and it is the difference between the called up and the paid up capital is the calls in arrears. Next is uncalled capital. It is a product of total number of shares subscribed and the amount uncalled per share. So number of shares from the public, uncalled shares means not sold out shares. Number of shares subscribed and the amount uncalled shares, uncalled per share. The company has the right to call this capital whenever needed. They have a rights. The reserved capital is the total amount reserved to be called up only in the event of winding up. So these are some basic terms of equity shares. From tomorrow onwards, let us take up some more examples in the next classes. Thank you.